Alright, Monopoly Man, profits this quarter are at an all-time low. It's time we change it up. We've been pitching the same game for 70 years now, but here's something to really switch it up. We got a brand new game. It's gonna make it more fun, more exciting, and more educational. This way, we're gonna include not only Monopoly, but oligopoly and monopolistic competition as well.
So you can see here with our board, we've laid out the industry of the gas industry. And so, like in a classic game of Monopoly, every player is going to start with their money, and they're going to start right here at their little go box. And so, each of these boxes represents a firm within the gas industry that is already owned. And so, let's say you were to roll a 3. You would go 1, 2, 3, and land on this here firm. This firm is theoretically already owned in our industry, but with this money here, you can commit a takeover and take this firm for yourself.
So all firms within the game operate in the same industry, which for our purposes would be the gas industry. Each side corresponds to a different industrial level within the industry. So upstream refers to extraction, midstream refers to refining, and then downstream refers to sale and distribution.
So with our one firm in the upstream industry level, we are monopolistically competitive in extraction. But let's say that we have a firm in all 3 industry levels, we are now a vertically integrated oil monopoly. So let's say that another player lands on your vertically integrated monopoly. This means that you have pricing power and you can charge them quite a bit more than you would have been able to, whether you were still monopolistically competitive in one industry. Alternatively, as opposed to vertical integration, let's say that you own 3 firms in one industry level. This means you're now horizontally integrated monopoly and thus have a different degree of pricing power and can charge even more should a player land on your industry.
In addition, players can achieve an oligopoly within a particular industrial level. So that occurs when at least two players, own 2 firms within an individual industrial level. At that point, interdependence occurs because the firms have sufficient market concentration and that they're forced to take into account the actions of their competitors. So as each player passes go, they receive a fixed income, and the size of the income is the same for all players. However, to reflect the societal impact of the allocated inefficiency of monopolies and oligopolies, a fixed penalty will be imposed on that income, depending on the number of oligopolies and the number of monopolies.
Now don't forget, the game isn't just fun, but it's educational too. If you land on this here fact card square, you'll pull out one of these lovely cards, which will tell you some very fun information, such as collusion is an agreement among firms in a market about quantities to produce and/or prices to charge.
Oh, I've landed on a fact card square.
Learning time!
Price controls are policies usually enacted when governments or regulatory bodies believe that the price market is unfair to buyers and sellers.
Like price floors and price ceiling.
Guys, cooperation among oligopolists is undesirable from the standpoint of society as a whole because it leads to low production. And anyone know? High prices!
And if you land on this government intervention square, you get one of 5 different options that include things such as price floors or price ceilings, which can help either defend your own profit or attack other players and reduce their profit.
Oh, I landed on government intervention. What does that mean?
It means you can use government intervention tactics such as a price ceiling to regulate the profit that other players receive on their monopolies.
So now that we've run through the structure of the game, does anyone here have any questions?
I have a question. What on earth is Monopoly?
Good question. Monopoly is a firm that is the sole seller of a product without close substitutes.
Also, because of lack of competition, monopolies have more pricing power while also lowering the cost through economies of scale.
Man in the red, what is oligopoly?
I'll tell you, friend. Oligopoly is a market structure in which only a few sellers offer similar or identical products and dominate the market.
Wait, so what's the difference between perfect competition and monopolistic competition?
Well, unlike imperfect competition, monopolistically competitive industries use differentiated goods to set themselves apart from their competitors.
This means that firms will have advertising costs and a small degree of price-setting ability.
But monopolistic competition will also lead to allocative inefficiency.